Welcome back to another Langmuir Systems cutting tutorial. In the last video, we attached the torch to the machine and verified that Mach 3 successfully fires the torch. In this video, we'll be cutting out our first part. In this example, we'll be cutting out the architectural plate that was programmed in one of the Fusion 360 cam tutorial videos. In our specific case, we'll be cutting it out of 14 gauge sheet metal, mild steel, and I already have it loaded onto the water table. Now you'll notice that the material is actually larger than the slat bed surface. That's because we designed this machine so that the material can overhang the machine's area in both the positive Y, negative Y, and positive X directions. Additionally, I have the water table installed on this machine. You may only have the regular slat bed installed. If that's the case, you need to make sure that you have proper fume control by way of having a door or a window open and also using something like a fan to blow those fumes to the outside. Since I have the water table installed, I have good fume control that'll be caught in the water. And also, since I have the water table installed, I don't need to be as concerned with distortion. If you don't have the water table, you should consider clamping the material down to the machine by clamping to the underside of each of the CrossFire tubes. And also, if you have the water table and you have a large part that's thin and has intricate details, you can also consider clamping it down for some added insurance. But for this case, the architectural plate is small enough and simple enough that we don't need to be too concerned with distortion of the material. So with that said, I'm going to open up Mach 3 and import the G-code file that we created during the cam tutorial, which is right here on my desktop. So open that. Now I want to jog the torch to roughly the center location of where I want this part to be cut out. In this case, I'm going to cut the part out in the lower left corner. So I'm going to roughly jog it to this point on the sheet, and we'll be setting our torch height offset there. So I'll jog it. That's roughly the center, and I'm going to set the torch height offset using the 60,000 shim. Now I can move on to setting my offsets for my origin position. So when I programmed this part, I made sure that the origin location was in the bottom left corner of the part. So I need to move my torch to the bottom left location of the plate and zero my X and Y axes there. So I'll do that now. So that's pretty close. And I'll zero out X and Y. With our torch height set and our origin set, I can go ahead and, if I wanted to, cut this part out. Before I do that, I want to do a dry run with the torch not firing to verify that the program does what I want it to do, and to also verify that the torch doesn't contact the plate at any time during the execution of the program. So my plasma cutter's on, so I'm going to turn that off now. Now I'm ready to hit cycle start and then observe the program and make sure I have adequate distance between the torch and the sheet metal. Now I'm also making sure that I have my offset set correctly and that the torch never goes beyond the edge of the material. With the dry run complete, I conclude that my program did as intended, and also I maintain my 60 thousandths standoff height throughout the range of travel of this program. And I can now turn on my plasma cutter and cut this part out. So I turn the power onto the machine. I also need to be sure to set the amperage based on what I intended to run at when I programmed the feed for this program. So in my case, I'm going to cut this at 30 amps. Now it's also very important that you have the appropriate eye protection with the appropriate shade as advised by your plasma cutter manufacturer for the given amperage you'll be cutting at, which I have, so I'm going to put them on now. Now all that's left to do is hit cycle start and watch it cut out. Now with the cutting complete, I'm going to jog the torch out of the way so I can take a look at the part. Now your part may be a little hot, so use care or caution when removing your part. In my case, it's cool enough to handle. So I'm going to pick the part up, inspect it, look at the edge quality, make sure that I'm happy with this, and I am. It looks like it cut out very well. And I can go ahead and cut out another part. So I'll set this aside and I'll cut another part out here. Before doing that, I need to make sure to redo my offsets. So I'm going to jog to my new origin location. That looks good. Now I'm ready to cut out a second part. Again, I can jog the torch out of the way. And I'll remove the part and inspect it. Again, this part looks excellent, and we can continue cutting these with confidence that every single part will be as good as these two. So with that said, thanks for watching, and in the next video we'll be covering cutting out multiple parts in a nest. Thanks for watching.